We got game launches, TV series, and movies. Let's talk. What up, viewers? What up? What up? Calc Soups here, and today is Sunday, November 10th, my son's third birthday, and that means it's time for a quick recap of the week in video game news. Like I said, we got games launching, so probably one of the last major games launching for 2024 is Mario&Luigi Brothership. I believe this is going to be a Mario. It looked a little like, I don't know if it was quite Paper Mario-y, Paper Mario RPG esque. It looked more like a kind of 3D Super Mario Brothers game. So yeah, it launched last week with a 79 Metacritic. The one thing that I thought about it with a game like an updated Super Mario Bros. Game is that this wasn't a couch co-op. So I saw that in a couple of the reviews, and I thought that was somewhat of a big miss. But yeah, it's currently sitting at a 79 Metacritic. So if you're looking for a Mario/Luigi game to play this weekend before the end of the year, this might be one to pick up. Moving right along, Warcraft is celebrating its 30th anniversary next week. Wow, just saying that make my back hurt. And I don't usually like to spotlight leaks like this, but I have been calling for this for quite some times. Looks like Warcraft 2: Tides of Darkness will be getting a remaster based on some images that are coming out that maybe got put online too early. Yeah, I've been calling for an old Warcraft 1 or 2 remake for quite some time. Hopefully they do this in like the Warcraft 3 art style. Maybe that's why they did a remaster of 3, so they go back and do 2. That'd be pretty cool. So, and if it's just the 2D sprites running around on the screen, I would be happy to do that. I've been wanting to play through the old Warcrafts for quite some time now, so remastering those would be pretty cool, and I'm excited to jump in on those. Speaking of 2s, Switch 2 was in the news this week. I know a lot of people are still anticipating when the console will come out, potentially sometime next year. And Nintendo put a lot of people's mind at ease. They said that the Switch 2 will be backwards compatible with all previous Switch games. So that's pretty cool. So your entire Switch library doesn't have to be switched over to Switch 2. That was a lot of switches in one sentence, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I know that I made an assumption a couple weeks ago that like with an official Nintendo Joy-Con that the Joy-Cons were going to stay the same. There could be another spin on that in that if the Joy-Cons don't fit on if the current gen Joy-Cons don't fit on the new console, maybe they need something external to charge it because maybe the Joy-Cons are slightly bigger for the next one. So I'm curious how that'll kind of work out. I mean, obviously, it sounds like everything's going to be compatible, but if I can't charge my old Joy-Cons on my new console, could leave me high and dry, and maybe that's why Nintendo had to put something out themselves. But all this is speculation and something I'm looking forward to figuring out with the Switch 2. But thankfully, our games will all work. Although curious if it'll still be the little carts or how that'll work and how that will transition from the Switch 1 to Switch 2. Death Stranding was not wholly owned by Kojima until this week. Kojima bought out the publisher of Death Stranding 505 this week. So, I'm curious if Death Stranding 2 will still have 505 on the splash screen whenever that comes out. But yeah, Kojima officially owns the Kojima production company or developer. Officially owns all of Death Stranding now. So I was surprised that it was 505. I don't think I remember that about the first one, but yeah, now it's all in Kojima's hands. So no more publisher reigns for them to be bridled down with. Steam added a new feature. I don't know why I exclusively thought it was for the Steam Deck, but there's a new feature coming to Steam that allows you to easily clip in-game footage. I know that there's a lot of third-party stuff that allows you to like screen share and capture all that stuff, but it seems like Steam wants to take it out of third-party and put it in-house with a very quick and easy, simple in-game kind of screen option, and it looked the way that the trailer made it look is that you can kind of share these across Steam. I don't know a lot how many people actually use the Steam social interface, but you might be able to just plop clips in for that. I know that there was like a big effort, especially with like the PlayStation, to like do in-game tutorials or helps or hints. And I'm curious how those will kind of be fleshed out as soon as like developers have their hands on really easy capturing in-game uh, data, capturing in-game footage to kind of help with their community or for the community to help each other. So I thought that was a pretty cool feature, and I'm looking forward to seeing that roll out. Black Friday is starting early this week. There was a big sale across a bunch of physical goods, like a bunch of and a bunch of big brands. So there was like Marvel Funko Pops and Batman action figures and a bunch of Star Wars stuff. So a lot of these Black Friday sales are kicking off. So be sure to keep your eyes open and your wallets peeled for some more Black Friday deals coming down the pipe. If anybody has a cool $3 million lying around, want to live out their fantasy as Christopher Nolan's Batman, I don't remember what the company is, but someone has made the kind of Batmobile from the Christopher Nolan Batmans. So I'm surprised it took in this long. It's been out, Batman was around 20 years ago, I think, when The Dark Knight came out. Maybe less than that, maybe 15. But yeah, everyone really liked that kind of like Batmobile tank look. So I'm surprised it took some manufacturer this long to kind of make that. So it only set you back a few $1,000,000. So if you got that, I could use some money for Christmas this year. Moving right along, there is an isometric Bloodborne game coming out. It's called, very aptly, Bloodborne Top-Down Arena. They're currently working on just like, yeah, a very Bloodborne-esque top-down view. It's like actually literally Bloodborne. Like it uses a lot of the similar assets. So I know that in the article that I was reading about it, that they're just waiting for a cease and desist from PlayStation. But for now, you can go and check out Bloodborne Top-Down Arena until it gets removed from Steam. Child actor Macaulay Culkin is going to be reprising his role as Kevin McAllister. Not really. He's joining the cast of Fallout Season 2 on Amazon, so looking forward to that. But and it says a role specifically for him, so I'm very curious if it'll be very Kevin McAllister Home Alone-esque, and if he's got a bunch of Rube Goldberg machines. They've definitely got to do that, because in Fallout there's actually like there's always one major beat in like this one random area where there's just a ridiculously convoluted Rube Goldberg machine somewhere in like a store somewhere, just some random load in zone. So it would be totally in universe for some trap smith to be out there cooking up some crazy gadgets and machines. So I could see them bringing Macaulay Culkin in for that, for the meta laughs and all that kind of stuff. So looking forward to that. Last but not least, we got a little bit more information from Nintendo about the movie slate that they've got coming out. So they kind of referenced the Mario movie that came out in 2023, and the next one's going to be due out in 2026, which I'm curious what that will be. But the thing that I caught on to was the live action Zelda movie that they're still kind of working on and figuring out is due out before 2030. So it said 2020X, and so hopefully it's before 2029, but at least it'll be before 2030. So I really am curious what they can do with a live action Zelda movie, and hopefully they can get a little bit darker with it, because that's what I think people like about the Zelda IP as opposed to like the Mario IP, is how dark it is, but still heroic. And do you have Link talking and all that kind of stuff? So I'm very curious what that'll look like, but I'm excited for it too as a massive Zelda fan. So But that's it for this week. Let me know if you feel I forgot anything down below in the comments, or always happy to talk to people on my Discord about what's happening in the world of video game news. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a super day. I hope you have a super weekend. And I hope you have a super day. Bye!